Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of one of our success stories where we unpack the application journey of our successful candidates, what worked for them, what didn't, what the journey was like. This is something that we try to encapsulate through this series. Today, I have a very special guest with me, Revati. Quick background about Revati. So she is a lawyer by with her academic qualification, but at heart she's a athlete. She represented India in a lot of badminton competition, and subsequently chose to shift tracks and pursue an MBA. So today we'll connect with Revati and figure out what made her do that and what her journey was like. So, Revati, we don't get a lot of international athletes applying for MBA programs. Why don't you just give us a quick background about your professional journey and your athletic journey so far?
Right. Hi, Abhinav. Thanks a lot for having me here. And thanks for the introduction as
Yeah.
well. So, to just add a bit more to it, I've been married to badminton for the past 18 years of my
Yeah.
life now. And I'm a academically qualified lawyer. Um, Along with that, I work with Cushman and Wakefield in the real estate finance sector. So that's a brief about my background. And I started playing badminton at the age of 6. And, I never underwent like traditional schooling or college because I was always busy training and competing, and winning a medal for my country was the ultimate goal back then. And after 16 long years of training and hard work and discipline and multiple surgeries, injuries, I'm glad I was able to win a gold for India.
Yeah.
And then after that, I had to, take charge of my family business because unfortunately I lost my father due to a sudden cardiac arrest. And then there was nobody to fill in my father's shoes. So I had to step in and take charge of the family business, which was into distribution of consumer products across West India. I absolutely had no experience or knowledge about the business, but then circumstances made me step in and I learned on the go. And then, after working in the business for about 2.5 years, I realized that with COVID and the market slowing down and the supply chain getting disrupted, it was not a viable idea to continue with the business, and hence I took a call to call it a day and wind down the operations. And then after that, I started my journey with Cushman and Wakefield in the real estate finance sector. So I'm working in the capital markets and land acquisitions at Cushman. That's something which is very different from what I have done previously. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I feel life is all about exploring. So that's why, all these experiences have sort of led me to come to a conclusion that an MBA would be the right step for me moving ahead, combining all these varied experiences into a concrete life solution.
Okay. Now that's helpful to know that I think it has been a pretty smooth and natural transition, so to say, right? Right from the
Yeah.
sporting career into a proper corporate professional career. So Revati, I
Yeah.
think when you were making this transition, right, and subsequently, while you were looking at an MBA, what was the initial apprehensions going on through your mind? Given that you come from a very unconventional background, it's not the traditional technology, traditional consulting, or
Yeah.
traditional banking background that we traditionally see. So, what was playing on through your mind, when sort of taking that application decision?
Right. So of course, my profile being very unconventional, I was not sure if a top B school would really be happy to welcome such a profile. But then I had like rounds of discussion with adcoms from various B schools and a lot of MBA consultants and people who are already there in those B schools, like the current students, the alums. And after talking to a lot of people, I realized that, a lot of B schools these days do encourage unconventional profiles. and a lot of people gave me hope at the same time. A few were discouraging, but I feel a lot of them were encouraging. So that's how, my apprehensions sort of went away, and I took the decision to apply to a B school.
Understood. And that's very helpful to know. Revati, how did you go about planning this entire application journey? Because, a lot of students have various, they tend to be sort of overwhelmed with this entire process. It's very new to a lot of Indian students, international students all across. It's very different from a lot
Yeah.
of the domestic business school applications, right? So how did you plan your
Right.
uh, applications?
Yeah, I mean it's really overwhelming when you actually see everything in the first go. But I would give all of it to Abhinav because, breaking down the application into bits and pieces was something which, Abhinav really guided me throughout. And without his support, I don't really think I would have made it so far,
Yeah.
because I think faced about 23 rejections
Wow.
before getting like three acceptances from the top B schools. So I feel, yeah, it's overwhelming to begin with, but if you break down the application and if you time everything well, then it's quite doable.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, if you can briefly talk about, your journey. I think initially when we first
Yeah.
connected, after that you had a set of rejections. What was that like? I mean, looking back,
Yeah.
what probably didn't
Yeah.
work, and how did you sort of, work on those gaps and sort of turn the entire
Yeah.
strategy around? I mean, that's helpful to know, right?
Right, yeah, absolutely. So I feel the biggest game changer was how my profile was being positioned in my
Yeah.
previous applications, which got rejected, versus the new ones where we got all the admits from. Being an athlete and coming from a very unconventional background, I feel my sporting accolades weren't really put forth in the way they should have been. uh, and I also feel, since badminton is more of a Asian sport, it's
Mhm.
not very common amongst Americans and, other people who are not really following the Asian circuit. So at first, people would really take time to sort of understand what sport is this. So I feel that was one thing, and the second was obviously positioning the profile in such a way to sort of tell the B schools, look, I do come from a non-conventional background, but I have these transferable skills which I can bring to the table, and this is how I can contribute, and this is how I will be able to position myself to get a job after I graduate. So I feel this transition from sport to academia to the corporate world was missing in my previous applications. And also how we positioned the profile was also missing. So I think these two were the game changers for me.
Okay, that's helpful to know. Revati, what was
Yeah.
the final outcome, and where are you sort of heading finally?
Yeah, so I got accepted by three of the top business schools, INSEAD, IMD, and HEC Paris. Uh, and it was a really tough choice
Yeah.
to choose between the three schools. And if, I would have loved to go to all three and probably spend a year in each of
Each
those
of them.
schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all are great schools, amazing
Yeah.
people, and I've physically been to those schools, so I've had amazing experiences for the assessment days and so on and so forth. But after carefully considering the pros and cons for all schools, I decided INSEAD would be the best fit for my aspirations post MBA. So yeah, I'm headed to INSEAD and I will start at the Singapore campus in January 2026.
Okay. That's helpful. And why any particular reason why INSEAD over the other schools?
I feel diversity was the most important criteria for me.
Hmm.
So INSEAD has more than 110 nationalities in the cohort. And I really feel that, learning from so many different people, getting to know their life stories, perspectives is really going to be very interesting. And the second reason is they also offer the option of hopping to three campuses, which is Singapore, France, and now they've recently started with the Abu Dhabi campus as well. So, I really love traveling, and I thought,
Yeah,
why not make the best of all worlds?
yeah. That's
So,
yeah, that's great. So Revati, I think I think your plans post the MBA is very unconventional from I mean whatever we worked on. So I mean, if you can
yeah,
briefly sort of touch base on that, because I think that was one of the most interesting aspects. At least even I, in whatever the past couple of years I've been doing this, that is something we came across that was something totally different and out of very unconventional.
yeah,
So if you can just maybe touch base on what your plans are post the MBA.
right. So post MBA, I mean, my long-term plan, I wouldn't say post MBA, but
Yeah,
I would say my life goal is to, build a better sport ecosystem for India. And I genuinely want to give it back to the sport and to my country, which has been the cornerstone of my success. So that's what I am really keen to explore. And I mean, there are multiple ways in which I can get there. So I feel MBA is the best stepping stone for me to explore those pathways to get to my ultimate goal. So I'm looking forward to, exploring new pathways.
absolutely. So, Revati,
Yeah.
for the potential students who are looking to apply for
Yeah.
business schools, I mean, given your, range of applications that you've come across, any particular advice that you would have for them that, something that they should
Yeah.
look out for and be mindful of while they're making their own application plans?
Right. So just two things, don't overthink. And
Yeah,
the second thing is nothing is right or nothing is wrong. I mean, it really depends on how you position yourself, and how candid you are. So I think these are the two most important things.
yeah,
And
I think,
also the
yeah,
GRE GMAT scores are overhyped, is what I feel.
yeah, yeah. No, absolutely.
I
I
mean, it's
think
the
we,
overall profile which the school looks at. It's not only one aspect. So I would
yeah,
say overall, if you're a good fit, then you're
yeah,
you're good to go.
yeah. No, I think that's extremely important. Most Indian students at least tend to get overstressed about the GR, GMAT and not focus on the other aspects. So, Revati, it
Yeah,
was very
exactly.
interesting sort of chatting with you. I think we wish you all the best, and we really hope to see you contributing to the entire sports industry within India. I think it's on upswing. So,
Yeah,
all the best with your MBA, and thanks for this conversation.
absolutely. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you, and the past few months of my life have
Yeah,
been amazing
yeah,
working with you. And I should really give it to you. It wouldn't have been possible without your guidance
yeah,
and support and constant encouragement after like 22, 23 rejections.
yeah,
That, I get into the top three B schools in the world. So, and with a scholarship, I forgot to
yeah,
mention that,
yeah,
with one of their most prestigious scholarships from all the three
yeah,
schools. So yeah, thank you so much for helping me with the scholarship essays as well.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that eases out a lot of financial burden.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a pleasure. Sure.
Yeah, thank you
Oh,
so much. See you. Bye.